So 969, we're going to get into part 2 of your morning ramble. What's going on?
Well, we've been talking about real estate in our first part.
Yes, we were. And then off air, we were talking about car servicing. Like, what is going on today? Maybe it's one of those weeks where, you've got a lot on your to-do list. Like, I need to get this done, this done, this done. So it's all you're kind of thinking about. Yeah. Like, at the moment, things that are running through my mind are I need to get someone in to cut a tree down. I need to find someone who can fix a veranda roof as well.
What about Mr. Loz?
No, he'd fall off the roof.
You'd fall off the roof.
I'd fall off the roof.
Definitely.
We've got like 2 verandas, we've got 2 entertaining areas.
Yeah.
Both of them leak.
Okay.
Like they don't keep anything out. They keep it's shade, but that's it. So if it rains, you can't. So we can't have. We've wanted for ages. So this is so materialistic. But on one side of our entertaining area, it's where we used to have our dryer and stuff. That's now doesn't work, probably because it was basically in the rain. But there's a fridge out there too, and we wanted to put like a TV out there or whatever. Yeah. But we can't because it's not weatherproof.
Right.
So I need someone to rebuild it, preferably for no money.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
You've got a bit of work to do.
I know. So they're on my to-do list, and your to-do list is obviously getting your car serviced.
Well, it is, but I don't know when I'm going to do it, and I don't know where I'm going to do it, to be honest. Not too sure. I have to work it out because it does need a service. It was probably March last year that I got it serviced.
Oh, you're definitely due then.
Yeah, I am. And I drove it down from Darwin, remember. So I'm finding it a little bit jumpy now, but we were talking about whether the fuel is the issue. And maybe it is, but so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to a different servo. We won't name any names. I'm going to go to a different servo and fill it up.
Yep.
Now, I generally, like you were telling me, you got to let it run down. I always let it run down. It always goes to almost on empty by the time I fill it up.
That's good. A lot
That's
of people,
what I do because I was told by a mechanic, you got to do that.
Yeah, because a lot of people just go, I've got half a tank, better fill up. And if you consistently do that, then the fuel in the bottom of the
rubbish
tank
all stays at the top of the fuel. So you got to let the rubbish get to the bottom of the fuel or something. Yeah. I don't know what the rubbish is.
I don't know. There's a theory
sediment or something. I think of a glass of red wine. The last glass of an old red wine is always full of sediment. Sediment's that kind of stuff at the bottom of it. I like sediment. Some people don't like it, but I really like it. It's kind of crunchy and it's nice at the end of it. A really good 20-year-old red.
I also told you about the fuel thing and getting a fuel injector in prior to knowing, you've only just said that you haven't had it serviced since March last year. So I'd maybe do that.
Well, I want to do that, but it all comes down to money too because we don't get paid a lot in radio.
No.
We really don't. And, it's no secret that I do a few other things around town as well. Obviously, I DJ. So this weekend, DJing, we mentioned that before.
Shameless plug, continuously.
Oh, well, this is a plug
continuously. I reckon I know your schedule of where you're DJing more than anything.
You can stalk me now.
I don't want to.
I don't want anyone stalking me. No, don't get any ideas. But this is a special broadcast for Listen to Sun 969 channel.
But you've also said it on every on-air thing we've had.
Oh, yeah. But this is our off-air thing.
Oh, you're insane.
Insane. I am insane because I work a lot around the clock. But one day I might have enough money to service my car.
Do you know, my service is, this isn't an on-air one. Even if it was actually, I'm pretty sure the hour's sponsored by them. So I go to Petters to get my car serviced.
Oh, right.
And I really, they do a great job.
That's a good idea.
On Elder Street. Technically, it's because one of the mechanics there is a friend of mine who has always serviced my cars. So
why am I not surprised?
Yeah, I've always got a mate.
Everyone's a friend. You've got such a good network here in town.
I know. I've got
the Loz network.
I make friends based on their you're a plumber, let's be mates. Not really. No, my mate Terry, who is Mr. Loz's mate, really.
Mr. Loz's mate. Well, he's your mate by default.
That's it. Any
mate of Mr. Loz is your mate.
That's right. He has been a mechanic since I've known him. Yep. So back in the day, he would just service my car in his driveway. But he's worked at Petters for a long time now, so I just take it there because I know he's the one who's going to work on it.
Can any mate of your mates or my mates be my mate and your mate? All that sort of thing. What I'm trying to say is, can one of your mates, one of your husband's mates, be my mate too?
Do you want them to service
can we extend this mateship on? Does mateship just keep growing like a web of?
It really doesn't.
Oh goodness, I wish it did. Like a phone tree. Remember the phone tree? Someone rings one person, they ring now another.
I just told you, just take your car to Petters. Then my mate will service your car.
Yeah, but he won't know that I'm your mate. I'm your work mate.
As if you're not going to tell him. As if you're not going to walk in and be
don't.
Here's my car keys.
No, they just people. Look, it's a kind of funny situation because I never do that.
Oh, really?
But what happens is people, as soon as I open my mouth, they go, "Oh, you're Nigel from the radio station." So I don't.
How funny.
Because we're not allowed to. Obviously, ethically, we're not allowed to go and be asking for stuff for nothing.
No, that's very.
Like we get it.
That's
get
not okay.
Yeah.
And I've never
If
done
people
that.
offer us stuff for nothing, that's different.
No, you're still not allowed to accept it. No.
Well, what?
I never
we
do
have
that.
the occasional free coffee, don't we?
Yeah, but it's only bad if we get given a free coffee with the expectation
Yeah,
we're
so
going
there's
to
no
plug the
guarantees
business.
that we're
Yeah,
gonna-
so if
no.
there's no expectation that we're going to do anything for them for that free coffee, then that's fine. There's
the line.
Yeah, there's the
Okay.
loophole. But hang on, I just thought of something that I kind of didn't tell you because you're not on Instagram. I've just realised.
I'm on
we
Instagram,
actually-
but I don't look at the
We
sun
actually
Instagram.
might need to talk about this in part 1 tomorrow as well, so everyone
Okay.
can hear about it. But you know how you're saying when you start speaking and then people
Yep.
recognise you? That happened to me when I went on my Melbourne holiday at the airport.
No.
Yes.
Not in Melbourne, but at this end?
Yes.
Okay.
So, because we had been talking for a bit about how I was about to go on holiday to Melbourne,
Yeah, yeah.
3x rah. So Miss Loz and me, we'd already done online check-in. So we
Right,
got to
okay.
like the bag drop line.
Yep.
And we get to the front and the lady, like starts to like Virgin ground crew or whatever.
Oh, Virgin.
She starts talking to us.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to her and she goes, God, you sound like that girl from the radio. And I looked at her and I went, oh, and then she looked down and like saw my name. She goes, oh my God, you are, and you're going for a holiday in Melbourne for 3 weeks. Like she knew. And I was
Oh, that's fantastic.
I was like, oh
Love
my
it.
God. So I did an Instagram stories about it while I was at the airport. And yeah, no, it was really funny.
That is so cool.
And then it was the same person when we were obviously waiting at the gate. And
Yeah.
when we were walking through the gate, it was the same lady. And when she went to scan my boarding pass so I could go out onto the tarmac, she had just done like an announcement to the airport.
Right.
And then when she looked up at me, she goes, oh, damn, I didn't realise I should have got you to do that announcement.
Yeah, that'd be fun, actually.
I know.
How
So-
good would that be?
I know. So,
I love it when they do the announcements and they say the name and the name's like something naughty.
yeah.
Like it's a stitch up. We're looking for passenger so-and-so, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I love those sort of ones.
Well, I thought it was really funny that, and then it occurred to me. So this was all. I did a whole Instagram story series on this whilst I was traveling.
See, I never saw any of that.
Yeah, and when I obviously I did the Instagram stories, but when I was it happened, I was like, oh, I've got to remember this for when I get back because obviously they're listening to Sun out the back
Yeah.
for her because she knew everything about stuff we'd been talking about on air for a bit.
Do you know her name?
No.
Big hi to her anyway.
Yeah.
Hopefully she'll listen to this one back, but we'll talk about it tomorrow in the part 1.
Yes, we're gonna
I like
have
it.
to.
I really like that. I love that sort of thing when, and look, I go to different places and do different things, do work in different locations. So, we've mentioned that a little bit. And for me, it's, oh, here you are again, Nigel. You're here. Oh, you're here. You popped up here. I get that all the time. People don't always know me just from the radio. They know me from the other things I do around town.
Yeah, exactly.
And they go, oh, you're here as well? You're here as well. So I get a little bit of that as well. So, and that's a small town. I first experienced this very quickly up in Tennant Creek, where there was a lady who served me at the motel, then served me at the cafe the next morning. I think she was at a restaurant as well. So these people do, there's a lot of people who do 2 or 3 jobs in a town because the towns are so small, even here like Alice.
Yeah, sometimes you have to. I used to.
And
as
it's
well.
so funny. It's like, oh, here you are again. You popped up here and you're here, you're here and you're here. But anyway, enough of all that. We'll talk again tomorrow.
Sounds like a plan. We'll talk tomorrow for, part 1 of tomorrow's morning ramble.